Hi there, and welcome to Graeme's Guide Friday Live, this Friday, the 15th of March. Thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to carry on from last week in a way from where I finished off with Academic Writer. We're going to be looking at that first. But the aim of these Friday Live sessions are to give you some context and practical guidance for completing the assessments. So let's go in and have a look at Assessment 3 today. Probably you're surprised, given that Assessment 3 is not actually due until, the Monday of week 12. But you're making some choices this week that's going to affect your write-up of Assignment 3, and that's your choices of goals. So we want you to choose the correct type of goal, because there's many different types of goals. There are broad goals and there are specific goals. A broad goal is something like wanting to pass this unit with a grade average of 70%, or just to pass the unit, or just to complete the degree on time. Those are very broad goals. And to complete those broad goals or to achieve those goals, you need to be working on specific smaller goals. Let's just get straight into it. You'll pick it up as we go along. Alrighty, so let's go to Assignment 3. Assignments, and I'm just scroll down. Yours may look a little bit different, as I mentioned before, and let's go into Assignment 3, Reflective Essay. Okay, so we've got enough information here to get us started in Academic Writer, and now I'm going to take you into Academic Writer because we're going to move some of these details into our first document. You can use Word to write your essay. That's absolutely fine. I've used Word in conjunction with EndNote for many, many years, in fact, decades. But last year I found Academic Writer, and if you're using APA style, which we are at Swinburne Online, Academic Writer does a lot of the work for you, as well as teaching you how to cite and reference along the way. So I highly recommend heading into Academic Writer, and that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to open a new window, and what's the best way to get there? Let's go from our home page so that we can all be on the same page. So down here, if you scroll down, probably it's your last entry or menu item, Library. So click on Library and then open in New tab. And if you scroll, I've got an itchy nose. Every time I turn the camera on, I get an itchy nose. I don't know why. Scroll down to referencing guides, and then scroll down again to APA style, find out more, and then scroll down to Academic Writer, try it now. And I mentioned in my last week's video, I recommended signing up for Academic Writer with your Swinburne login and password. So you can see here that I'm not logged in because it just says welcome. So I'm going to log in by going up, clicking here and log in. If you haven't already got an account, you can click on here to create an account, but I already have one, so I just have to click on login. And now up the top here, it will have welcome Graeme. That's how I know that I'm logged in. And I've suggested that you work, there's 3 areas here in Academic Writer. There's the learn area, there's the reference area where you can store your references, and there's the write area. And we're going to look at the write area today. So I'm just going to click here on write, or down here, you can click on go to my papers. It takes you to the same place. Well, in fact, I might just click here on write a new paper, because that's what I'm going to do today. There's already some versions of my other papers here. Anyway, we'll see that in a moment. Select a template to get started. I can exit out of here. So the type of paper that we're going to create is a basic paper. So just click here on basic paper. Choose the student assignment. Don't choose the professional manuscript because it includes things that you don't need, and the student assignment will be just what we're after. Okay, so here you can enter the paper title. So I'm going to be going back between the 2 screens. So I'm going to go here because if I can save myself some time, I will. And this one is called Assignment 3 reflective essay. I'm going to copy and paste that, and I'm going to paste that in here. And then it clicks. I haven't done this for a while. It's going to let this take me through it. Start writing. I'm just going to click here on this red thing because this is what you'll do the first time you're here. Ready to write. Once you start writing, okay, so we don't need this anymore. And we're going to click here on start writing because that will take us into the paper. I'm going to exit out of this as well. It's giving me a little guided tour of everything, but I don't need to see it right now. What I want to do is go back to the title page. I know we just put the title in, but there's more that will go on the title page, also known as your cover sheet. So let's go to the title page, click on title, and here you can put in your course code, which is COM10003, and the course name, which is Learning and Communicating Online. The professor, well, I'm not a professor, I'm an OLA, an online learning advisor, so I'm going to change that to OLA, Graeme Baker. And what date is this due? Let's go back and have a look. It's due on 3rd of June, 2024. So let's put in June 3rd, 2024. My instructor requires a running head. No, I do not, but in some of your classes, they may require a running head, so don't click on that. Click on save. And I can hear my laundry done. I'm doing laundry today while I'm working. I can hear my dryer singing its merry song. Okay, so that's saved. I now want to add myself as the author. So I'm going to click here on authors and put my name here. Graeme, I'm not going to worry about a middle initial, and I'm not going to worry about a suffix. I am going to put in the institution, which is Swinburne Online. I'm not going to worry about department or division. Is this institution? Yes, it is. I don't need to put in a second institution. Is this, well, that's different. Anyway, that's all I need here, just my name and the name of the institution. And then I click add to author list. Just waiting for that to do its thing. I'm here on the right-hand side. And now I'm going to take you into the body of the, before I do that, I'm just going to click on preview to see how that looks. So look, we're on page 1 of your paper. It's got the essay, your name, who your OLA is, and the date that it's due. Alrighty, let's now go into the body of the essay. This is where you're going to write your introduction. I've already have a one that I've already done before. Should I go into that one? Probably easiest to do that, so I will. So let me go back to my papers. I think this is all saved. I don't have to save it. So if I click here on my papers, and then I click on, these are versions that I've done before. Later on, I'll make this version 3. So let's go into reflective essay version 1. And this is where and we can exit out of that. And this is where I've started my introduction. This isn't the introduction that I will end up going with. This is just an introduction to make sure that I'm on track and I've got the information in here I need. Where am I getting that information from? So it says here, find this to be a personal reflection on how I developed in this unit. 5 areas that I will discuss are time management, academic self-efficacy, learning and communicating online, my unit goal, and my course goal. Unit goal and course goal we'll be talking about very shortly. So that's my opening sentence or sentences. Where did I get those subtopics from? Let's go back to the reflective essay brief. And if you scroll down, you'll see here that you are to write a personal reflection that examines how you have developed in this unit in the following 5 areas. So these are the 5 subtopics rather, that you'll be covering in your essay. So when I say you can write your introduction, that's all I'm talking about. You just have to put in an idea, so you've got an idea of what you're going to be writing about, so you've got that in the back of your mind as the unit progresses. The rest of my introduction there provides a little bit of context about me, and that's what it'd be good if you can include in your introduction, a bit of context about yourself. And then this last sentence is what's known as a thesis statement, and we'll talk about the structure of essays a little bit later, but this is what you're going to be talking about, or this is the conclusion you came to after you wrote this essay, or after you've... I'll explain thesis statement another time, but it says, over the past 12 weeks, I have studied several theories that help me to explain my development and progress toward becoming a better teacher. I will now explain how these theories support my journey. We're talking about theories because you need to use literature, theories, citing and referencing to support your writing. So we'll talk about that more too. You don't have to think too much about this. All I really want you to do is get in your first sentence. Right in here, and this isn't the sentence you'll finish up with. This is just a sentence to get you going, so you know what the 5 topics are that you're talking about. So now we've done that, let's go and have a look at the unit and course goal, your choice of unit and course goal. So we've covered academic writer, we've covered the introduction, now we're going to skills-based goals. Let me get out of here. Where do I want to go? Let's go to the modules. That's a good idea, because there we can find out more about this skills-based goal. So when you started this unit last week, or earlier this week rather, you would have gone to module 1.1, and the most important thing and the most crucial thing you need to do this week is read the RIOS reading. This is the essential reading. This is what this week's tasks and discussion is based on. And so you need to go in, and I showed you this last week. So if you want to have a look about how to access that reading, watch last week's video. But the easy way to do it is just click on this link and it will take you in. Can I click on it now without? Yeah, I can. And then click on Get Access, click on Access through Swinburne University, and then the reading will appear. You can now print that reading out or download the PDF if you want to. But what I suggested was that you scroll down and read the abstract, scroll down and read the conclusion, and then come back and read interesting things that caught your eye within the article itself. And I mentioned last week, you can read the entire article, and that's a great thing to do, read the entire article. But if you're finding it a bit much, then just read parts of it that are of interest to you. And I want to draw your attention to these 21st century skills, because this is going to be, these are the sort of skills-based goals that we want you to choose. So instead of choosing, I want to complete the assessments and pass every assessment, instead of choosing, I want to complete my degree within 3 years, those goals are admirable goals, but they are too broad for the purposes of assessment 3, the final essay. The skills-based goals you need to choose are more like these ones. And the reason why is because these goals help you achieve your end goal. The thumbnail you saw was when I was up in the Dandenongs in Victoria, the Dandenong Ranges, and I'm at a location called 1,000 Steps, and I wanted to achieve climbing those 1,000 steps in one go without pausing along the way. So that was my end goal, but I needed to achieve some small goals or increase my skill levels in other areas in order to achieve that end goal. And so one major skill-based goal that I worked towards was controlled breathing. And in this video, you can see that I'm focused heavily on controlled breathing. And that's because controlled breathing is really useful, not only for climbing the 1,000 steps, but you can also use controlled breathing in other parts of your life as well. And that's why the goal that you choose now needs to be a goal that will be for your future benefit in your studies, but also in your work. So I know that a couple of people have talked about the difficulty of choosing goals now, because how will they be relevant in 3 years' time, in 5 years' time, or in 10 years' time? Well, the way you, the object I would say is to choose a goal that will be relevant by choosing a skills-based goal like cultural competency or social intelligence. Another one on this list here, let me go back to the list, is collaboration, virtual collaboration. So having a goal to develop virtual collaboration, having a goal to develop cultural sensitivity or social intelligence, these are goals that will help you now in your studies, but they will be of future benefit once you leave university to follow your endeavors, whatever they may be. Some of you may not want to embark on a traditional career. Some of you may have something else in mind. Perhaps you want to be a world traveler. So cultural sensitivity will be an excellent goal to work towards developing if you want to be a world traveler. If you want to write blogs, or if you want to work online from home, well, then virtual collaboration is an excellent goal to work on developing. So these are skill-based goals. These are the sort of goals that will be specific and the type of goal that we're looking for in assignment 3. So they're the sort of things we want you to be working towards. I hope that's been of use today. I have gone on longer than I wanted to, but I think this has been useful information. You can ask more questions here in ELA updates, or of course, the best place to ask questions is about assignment 3 is in assignment 3. But if you're talking about goal setting, well, here in the goal setting discussion, or also in the dream careers discussion. In fact, I'll find your questions wherever they are if they're in the discussion boards, because that's where I live, in the discussion boards, and I look forward to catching up with you there. Thanks for joining me today on Friday Live. I'll see you in the discussions. Bye for now.